Alright, what's going on, my man? Thank you for clicking on this video. I'm going to dive into some higher level topics in this video, specifically with your relationship or a future relationship you may have. And I want to remind you, this video is for the masculine men out there, or guys who want to find their masculinity, who want to become more masculine and feel more capable in knowing they can lead the relationship. They can have a polarizing, more traditional, strong, and healthy relationship with their women. And not this modern bullshit where you guys are like kind of more best friends than you are actually partners, and the sex you have is like stale. Your woman's rather masculine and you are probably even more feminine. I've been in a relationship like that. It doesn't feel good. The relationship is not very polarizing, so you guys don't have all that like chemistry and sexual tension as much as you do when you have a more traditional, very polarizing relationship. I've had both sides and I've learned how to even transition a more modern relationship towards that polarizing one. And I would always choose the polarizing relationship. I would always choose to be more masculine in my relationship because of how much healthier and strong and vibrant it is. And so that's something I want to share here. And specifically regarding the fact that you will always be tested by your woman. You will always be tested by your woman because she inherently knows your weak spots. She will always test you to make sure you are capable and trustworthy in terms of leading. This is not something your woman will often do consciously. She won't think, oh, I'm going to like challenge him. I'm going to like poke him here and like bully him to make sure he's like the man. It's not that. It's more that subconsciously, on a biological level, she gets this feeling, this intuition to challenge you or to even like tease you in a certain way to see if you maintain your frame, to see if you are unchanged, because that is the masculine essence. When you are fully in your masculine frame, you are unchanged by your environment, and the feminine is changing. Now, all this stuff I'm talking about is I learned from this book. I highly recommend you read this book. This book fucking, one of my long-term relationships that was of like 3 or 4 years was really unhealthy like 2.5 years in, and it became a lot better when I was reading this book. And I was starting to implement some of these things, and I was understanding, oh, this is why in my frame of mind, I was like, why is my woman being a pain in the ass? Why is she constantly like bullying me and coming up with like things to complain about, right? And a lot of guys are like that. If you're a weak man, you will think like that. You'll think, why is my woman being so annoying? Oh, she's just poking me and bullying me with all this bullshit. It's not that. She's challenging you. She's testing you. She's trying to make sure that you are the man and that you can grow and develop yourself. And that's what a woman can do for you. That's an amazing gift, bro. That she inherently knows, like not even on a conscious level, on a subconscious level, she knows the parts that you need to grow in and develop yourself. And you can think like, oh, I don't want that, bro. That's so annoying. Then you're a bitch, bro. Just get off this video. Just get off this video and don't watch it. Because clearly you can't handle that. Just don't even be in a relationship at that point. The point of a relationship is to grow together. It's to develop. And to have this meaningful relationship with someone else where you guys are honest with each other and can, yeah, as I said, grow, right? That's the point of a relationship. So, yeah, I recommend you read this book because that was something that I began to understand, and I was like, holy shit. That makes so much sense. And even in my most recent relationship, which this girl broke up with me a couple months ago, I recognized the points where I broke frame. I folded, right? There was specifically, okay, here's what it was. I remember I texted her some morning. She said, what are you doing? And I said, I just went on a David Goggins run, right? And I was telling, it was like a normal run. It was just like a joke I was making. And she goes, oh, babe, what are you doing? Running's so bad for you. And I texted her, I said, is it really? Are you serious? She went, yeah, like running's terrible for your knees. And you know, you already have like knee problems and stuff because of climbing or whatever. And I was like, oh, are you serious? Should I really just like not run? She went, yeah, just don't run, please. Like it's bad for you. And I said, okay. Just like that. I folded completely. And you might be hearing this to think, oh, well, like your woman's just looking out for you, right? She just wants to make sure you're not getting hurt. Yes, consciously, of course that. She doesn't want me to get hurt. She doesn't want my knees to like hurt and when I'm older and stuff. That's very kind of her. But on a subconscious level, she's testing me to see if I maintain unchanged. It's not so much about like that I can't change my mind and like agree with her. That's not what the thing. The problem is. The problem is that I take what she says for complete and absolute truth. I don't look into it myself at all and even guess whether or not like I want to follow that advice or yeah, basically I was changing my mind to please my woman, right? There's a difference between changing your mind to please your woman and hearing what she has to say, thinking about it, processing, maybe doing your own research, and then coming to your own conclusion. That is what you should be doing as a masculine individual. Not changing your mind to please your woman. Those are very different things. And I just straight up changed my mind because I heard what she said and I thought, oh, absolute truth. Okay, fine. I just won't run. And I could even recognize that shortly after that, she like had like less respect and like, I guess like the sex wasn't like as good around that time because I was folding. She wasn't trusting my full masculine essence and my ability to lead our relationship. And there was some times after this where I had been tested and like I think I even folded a few times there and like that's when, you know, things were starting to fall apart a little bit. And so I take part of the responsibility for that because I was folding. I was not holding my masculine frame very well. And this is something why I've been rereading this book as I'm talking about right now. I've been rereading the book and I'm recognizing these things. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Holy shit. I just folded. And so you might be thinking at this point, you're like, why the fuck is this guy talking about like women testing him and stuff? If you read this book, you'll start to understand there's masculine and feminine energy in everyone. Every single person has a balance of masculine and feminine energy. Typically, not all the time, typically men have more masculine than feminine energy. Women typically have more feminine than masculine energy. There's just like a core to it, right? Typically men have a masculine core. Women typically have a feminine core. And actually, something the book mentioned is that a lot of people in the LGBTQ community understand this energy balance very well. Like usually, I don't know much about this, but usually like two gay guys getting together have polarizing energies. So one guy might have more feminine and one guy might have more masculine energy. And that's something the book talked about like that. It's just that when two partners are coming together, they need to have polarizing energy for it to work very well. Otherwise, there's nothing drawing them together, right? It's like the positive and negative energy, like opposites attract, I guess you could say, right? That's kind of how you can think about it, okay? So, feminine energy will test you. It will test you to make sure you are unchanged because the masculine energy, the essence of masculine energy is being unchanged. It's stillness. It's loving fully in the present regardless of what's going on. And so this will even happen when you are trying to go on a date with a woman. I went on a date with a girl a few nights ago. What did she say? She said, oh, it's like a typical question a lot of women will ask you if you go on a date. It's is this where you take every girl? Do you do this with every girl, right? So if you are a weak man, you say like, oh no, like I don't. It's just you, and you failed. You folded. You immediately became changed and like influenced, like deflated by her question, by her test. You failed. A proper response, the one that I responded with was all of them. I take every single girl here. Every single girl I've ever met, my mom, my grandmother, every girl here, right at this date. And I make some kind of joke out of it, right? I mean, I said it like better than how I said it there because I'm not going to say it the same way on camera, but like that's essentially how you could respond to it. Again, the point is to maintain your frame, to be unchanged by it. So I think you could honestly just respond with a simple like, nope. And like just, you see how like chill that was? It wasn't like, no, like I don't bring any girls. It's just, no. It's unchanged. You're just the same. You're not letting like her test, letting the like bullying, I guess you could frame it as, infiltrate your emotions and your current state. That's what's really important. And so again, I want to remind you, the reason she's doing this is not to try to make your life worse, to make your life miserable, or again, make things harder for you. A lot of guys will complain about that. You hear it all the time in movies and stuff. They're like, my woman's such a pain in the ass. Oh, she does this. Oh, I have to go home to my woman. She's going to bitch and complain. It's not about that. Guys who say that kind of shit are just weak men. They're more feminine. They're just bitch boys, bro. They're bitch boys. We are going to become masculine, respectful men and understand that our woman is doing that so she knows she can trust us. She knows that by challenging us in this way, consciously or subconsciously, that we grow from it. We develop from challenges and being tested in certain ways. That is how masculine grows. And so if you can maintain your frame, if you can be unchanged, still, present and fully loving, regardless of the fact that she's testing you in this way, your woman will love you and respect you so much more, and she will even trust your ability to lead. And oftentimes, as you grow, you might get more complex tests. You might get a certain, I think some example in the book was like, a man came home and he just like worked months and months and months. He got $1 million. And the woman went like, oh, that's nice. And he goes, that's nice. I've been working so hard for this. He goes, yeah, but did you bring home the milk? And the guy goes, oh my God, the fucking milk. And she's like, oh, I told you 3 times this morning, left a note in your briefcase, and you still didn't bring it? And he goes, fine, I'll go get the damn milk. That guy failed. That guy immediately fucking failed. Because he didn't maintain frame. He changed. He started bitching, complaining. A masculine man would put down his briefcase. He'd go up to his woman, look her deep in the eyes, fully loving, and go, baby, I didn't bring home the milk, but I'm going to go get you that milk right now. And like pick her up, sweep her off her feet, and like kiss her, right? That's what a masculine man would do. He would own up to his actions, be fully present and loving. Loving regardless of the fact that he's being tested. Loving regardless of the fact that maybe sometimes your woman will have crazy, like drastic emotion changes. I remember there being times where my girlfriend came to me after she had some big fight or problem with her roommate. And she was like super, super angry, upset, and she was like yelling with me. And I was just like sitting there and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether or not I should like get like amped with her and like start, shitting on the roommate with her, or thinking like, oh, should I just kind of sit here and just like listen and, be calm and just like allow her to speak and everything. I chose to sit there and listen and like let her talk. Thank God. Because if I had gotten super hyped up and was like, oh yeah, like fuck your roommate and stuff, like, she wouldn't have been able to trust that I would have maintained my masculine frame. I was changed by her energy there, right? That is not a masculine trait. That is a feminine trait. And we are here to be polarizing partners. So, oftentimes that is another way your woman will test you. And it's not even a specific bully or like question or challenge, right? It's like a different type of challenge where she's trying to change your current state. And it's not that you can't change your state at all. You can't change your energy and how you feel. It's that you do it by choice. It's when you want to be happy, when you want to be super motivated, working hard and focused, you maintain that. And you're not changed either way. You're like a fucking rock, right? I guess that's the best way I could explain it. And so, yeah, bro. I think that's all I'm going to cover in this video because it's a bit higher level topic. And to be honest, I'm still learning quite a bit about this, but this is some of the experience I've had with masculine and feminine energy and specifically being tested by my woman. And the times that I've failed and the times that I know I've passed, and I'm always learning more about this, and it's really, really cool. Dude, if you want to read this book, I'll put the link in the description. I'll fucking do that for you, because bro, this book, it's so good. Like once you read it, things just start making so much sense, and you're like, what? I didn't even recognize this about women earlier. And some people will go to the comments and they'll say like, oh, this is misogynistic bullshit. Like, you're saying women do this and women are not that. We have biological functions. And if you can't understand that, then just, I don't know, this is clearly too complicated for you. This is just, it just makes so much sense. And it's more about spiritual things rather than like, I don't know, some guys making like shitty jokes about like women not being able to drive, I guess, right? It's not about stuff like that. It's about, just go read the book. Just go fucking read the book, man. It's so good. And, you know, if you have read the book, make your own comment. And like, honestly, I'd be down to like hear what you guys have to say about your experience with being tested by a woman. Or, again, it's not even specifically by a woman. It could be like, if you're in like a homosexual relationship, like it could be that one of your men with more feminine energy has tested you. And like, I'd be curious to know how that's like a kind of different, if it is. But yeah, bro, honestly, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if this helped you, bro. Let's fucking get it.